Yo, what up my body shop bots? So today we're going over another PvP build that a lot of players run in the DZ. This build in my opinion is one of the easiest to farm. This build was developed for PvP. You can literally just go out, farm for a couple of hours, get the Lady Death, slap this build together and you're good to go. You're ready to PvP. So the build in question is Hunter's Fury. You want to go around, targeted loot, Hunter's Fury, whatever area that is, do the activities, do the control point. You can even go and farm Summit. It really shouldn't take you that long to get these pieces. The pieces you're looking for are mask, gloves, knees and holster, all with crit damage on. Then you can roll the 170k armour onto each of these Hunter's pieces, giving you 1.5 million armour, which is the sweet spot for PvP. The good thing about farming these with the crit damage on is that then you can just, you don't have to look for the god roll chest and the god roll backpack. You can just get the crit damage on the mask, gloves, knees and holster, roll your armour onto it, you've got 1.5 million, you're good to go. It is literally the beginner's build and the easiest build to get and farm for. Any new clanmate that joins, this is the build that I try and get them in the DZ as quick as possible and then worry about any other build later on. But this is the one quickest way of getting ready for PvP. The Hunter's Fury build's designed for PvP in mind. It just screams PvP. Everything about it is just good in PvP. You get amplified damage, you get the 15% SMG damage on your two piece, you get armor on kill, health on kill, and then the Apex Predator talent. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, applying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorientates other enemies around and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So you can get 45% amplified damage, and pair that with the talent on your chest plus the talent on the Lady Death. This build's OP. It literally, you get the drop on a player, he's getting melted. It's as simple as that. So on my mask, I've rolled 170k armour, I've got 12% crit hit damage, and I've got a 12% crit hit damage mod. As you can see, that's why you want to find it with crit damage, roll your armour on, happy days. On my gloves, rolled another 170k armour, 12% crit hit damage again. On my knees, 12% crit hit damage, I rolled the 170k armour onto it. And on my holster, once again, 170k armour and 12% crit hit damage. It is as easy as that, and these pieces are quite easy to find also. So now to the chest and the backpack. These two pieces are going to be the hardest ones to find. So for the chest, I'm running a Sokolov Concern chest. One piece gives me 10% SMG damage. I'm running 15% weapon damage, 12% crit hit damage and 6% crit hit chance with a 12% crit hit damage mod. The talent is Intimidate. So while you're up close to a player, your Adrenaline Rush procs, and then you get 35% amplified damage to every enemy that's within 10 meters of you. With the Hunter's Fury, 20%, you're getting 55%, and that's without the 60% that you're getting from the Lady Death. So for my backpack, I've got a Group of Somber backpack. The one piece gives me crit hit damage, which will pretty close to the crit hit chance cap. If your SHD level's low, I would recommend going for a Seska rather than a Grupo. But yeah, it depends what your SHD level's on. So the one piece gives me 15% crit hit damage. On it, I'm running 15% weapon damage, 6% crit hit chance, 12% crit damage, and 11.7 critical hit damage. And the talent is Adrenaline Rush. So every enemy that's in front of you, you get 10% bonus armor for 5 seconds. It stacks up to 3 times. So if there's 3 players in front of you, you're getting 30% bonus armor, which at 1.5 million armor is what, 500k 500k armor every 5 seconds, and that's blue. So there's the blue little bonus armor, that's procs Intimidate. This gives you the 35% amplified damage and you're just melting. And now for the cherry on top of the PvP birthday cake, it's the Lady Death. This thing is OP, it is meta SMG, it's insane. I will leave a link in the description for a guide how to farm it. You do open world bosses in New York. There's a little guide. Have a look, check that out if you haven't got it already. But yeah, this SMG finishes the build. It comes with 15% SMG damage, 21% crit hit chance, and 6% damage to armor. So the talent is breathe free. When moving, gain 4 stacks per second or 8 stacks if sprinting, up to 32 stacks total. Each round fire consumes a stack, amplifying weapon damage by 60%. Kills grant 20% movement speed. So you get a kill, you're strafing like a madhead. It's nuts, this gun. The amplified damage on it is insane. What you want to do is try and strafe about, build up your stacks, unload the mag, as my handy assistant is showing. Strafe about a bit more, build the stacks up again, unload the mag again, strafe around a bit more, and just keep building up the stacks, unloading, building up the stacks, unloading. That's the best way to use this gun. If you're just trying to fire it, you haven't got your stacks built up, it doesn't really do a lot of damage. It's okay, it's not bad, but it doesn't do the OP damage that it should do. From a secondary, I'm running a FAL because I don't really run a FAMAS. I prefer the FAL. You can run a FAMAS if you want. On this one, I've got InSync. Obviously, I'm hoping most people know what InSync does. You bust out your shield, it procs InSync, you get 30% damage as soon as you start firing. You can also run a FAL with Ranger. You can run any gun really in the secondary slot. It's up to you, as long as you're running the Lady Death, because this build complements the Lady Death. So my pistol, as usual, is PvP, so I'm running the Orbit. I ain't running a purple pistol. I ain't a troll. Idiots run it. They either think they're getting a damage glitch or they're just trolling at this point, and really they're losing out on a very good talent. The talent on the Orbit is perfect finisher. Pop a red bar in the head, change back to your weapon, you get 35% crit hit chance and 40% crit hit damage for 15 seconds. So if a player's pushing you, pop the NPC, change back to your weapon and melt him. Have him screaming Cronus, cheat, damage glitch, everything with this little talent. It's beautiful. Don't run a purple pistol, don't be a bellend. So on this build, I've got 52.5% crit hit chance. That's why I'm saying run a Seska if your SHD's low. 172.7% crit hit damage and 6% damage to armor, 70% headshot damage. 40% all weapon damage and 54.8% SMG damage from obviously the Hunter's Fury and the Sokolov chest. So it's PvP. Obviously, I'm running a shield. Everyone else is. You're at a disadvantage if you ain't. It's your prerogative if you don't. But if I'm honest, you've got to. I'm running the firewall specialization, so obviously I've got the striker shield. It gives you amplified damage for every enemy that's in front of you. At the moment, I've got 11% on there. It should be 12 if you've got the 2 amplified damage mods in it. The shield's just OP. If you've got 2 players in front of you, you're getting 24% amplified damage. Put that onto Intimidate, the Hunter's Fury, and the Lady Death amplified damage. You're doing mad damage. It's just insane. As I say, if you can get the drop on a player, your armor procs, your proc Intimidate, he's dead. It's insane, especially with the lag that's in PvP. You can just drop players in seconds with it. It's the reason why people who sit outside of checkpoints in the ODZ, they run this build, because as you load in through the door, you're dead. It's as simple as that. It really is. So from a secondary, a pulse. I always run a pulse. You can go for other skills as well. I just like the pulse. I can see other players around, and then I can kind of plan what I'm going to be doing next, what player I want to push first, etc. The build also does run pretty well with a bleed hive if you're a massive bot. It runs with a phone chem if you're a massive bot, a defender drone. That obviously gives you 10% PvP damage reduction, which is pretty handy. I don't think it works as it's intended, because it seems to block loads of bullets at some points and other bullets at again. It's weird. You can run a decoy or an EMP sticky as well. It's up to you really. I prefer it with the pulse. Sometimes I switch to the jammer pulse if I'm getting skill botted, but yeah, that's how I run it. And the specialization that I'm using is obviously the firewall. It's the PvP specialization. The med kit on it is just OP, giving you 200% armor over 10 seconds. If you can med kit glitch, which isn't a script, it's easy to do. Go and practice in the firing range. You're getting 300% armor over 10 seconds. It's insane. This specialization is built for PvP. You get the striker shield from it. You get that med kit. It also buffs the other players on your team, so they deal more damage to the opposition. It's just OP. I've got SMG damage, AR damage, and sniper rifle damage, just in case I want to switch to the Nemesis or something if someone's sat in a checkpoint or whatever. But yeah, firewall specialization is just OP for this build. So yeah, that's the build basically. It's one of the go-to meta PvP builds. You can also run this in PvE. This is what I use for farming, just running around on heroic, farming all the little checkpoints and control points and stuff, all the little activities. It's ideal because by the time you run around and you do bits and pieces, it's, yeah, you've got the extra damage buff and all that. You're just running around being OP basically. Another way of running it is by putting the memento on the backpack and replacing the Grupo backpack. This is awesome. If you can go around and build up your stats on the memento and you start farming around, it's just OP because you've got the armor regen, you've got the extra weapon damage, you're getting the bonus armor from every little tag that drops. It works in PvP and it works in PvE. I will put a link in the description of ukzzmikejames using it in the DZ. The guy's OP. Send him a sub and watch him use the build. I barely ever run SMG, so I haven't really got a lot of footage. Watch how a pro does it. It's insane. He's building up the stacks. He's going around. He's just farming players left, right and centre. So that's it, guys. That's another PvP build, what decent players run. I'm just going to go over what most people are running in the DZ, what I think you should be, how you should be doing the builds, and just basically giving you a few little pointers. As I said, there's builds out there. Check the content creators. I don't know what builds have been done by who, but yeah, this is the way I run it, and I know a lot of other players do. These are the builds that let you get into the DZ, PvP, and have a laugh, because that's what it's about. The DZ is keeping this community going. But guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe and all that BS. But yeah, peace out guys. Thanks.